Well, good morning, everybody. This is Patty Carson from Kansas. We hope you all had a great Thanksgiving weekend and excited this morning for our wake-up call. Our subject, Miss Cindy Wright, will be speaking today, and she was kind of the original founder of this call, a very successful businesswoman and knows what she's talking about, a great person to listen to, and so she's going to lead us this morning. So, Cindy, are you there?
I am here. Thank you, Patty, and good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Wake Up Call. We're in Chapter 14 in the book Little Things Matter by Todd Smith. This is titled Get Creative and Think Outside the Box. I actually really enjoyed going back over this chapter. He says, do you ever run out of good ideas or go around in circles trying to come up with a solution for a simple dilemma? I'm going to share with you the best technique, he says, I know for stretching the mind to come up with new and fresh ideas, from finding a babysitter on New Year's Eve to choosing the right name for a new business venture. Implementing this strategy has forced me, somebody was calling me. Implementing this strategy has forced me to be creative and innovative when it would have been easier to take the standard approach. Most people probably consider fewer than 5 possibilities when exploring their options, the ones that immediately come to mind. The problem with this basic approach is that you are limiting yourself by only considering a few familiar choices. If you want to open up your mind to a new world of options, you must start to think outside the box. He said, next time you need to solve a problem or explore a better way to do something, compile a written list of 20 options, not 5, 10, or 15. Push yourself to come up with 20. The first 5 things you will think of will be the tip of the iceberg. They'll probably be the same 5 things that everybody else would think of in a similar situation because they are the most obvious answers. The key here is to stretch your mind. You will struggle getting up to 13 or 14, but your biggest breakthrough will come when you push yourself to 18, 19, and 20. It is often in those final 3 ideas where you find the hidden jewels. There's some examples of how you can apply this way of thinking. Maybe when you are evaluating where you want to move, selecting the location of your next family vacation, considering restaurant open options for a special occasion, contemplating your career options, finding ways to cut expenses, distinguishing yourself from your competitors, looking for new strategies to drive sales, providing a higher level of service to your customers, choosing different incentive programs for your sales team. And I love this. He said he illustrates it by giving us a true story. He said a couple's 20th anniversary was approaching, and the wife felt like she and her husband had grown apart. Bound and determined to prove her love, she made him an anniversary card listing all the reasons why she loved him. It became quite difficult after number 8, but she stuck with it and made it to 20. Reviewing all the reasons she had compiled, she realized she loved him more than she thought. They will celebrate their 34th anniversary this year. I love that. And I was thinking about this in, just things that are pertinent to where we are in this time of the year with Christmas coming up. And I thought, okay, I think a really good, most people when they think of Christmas, they either think of joy, like, oh, I'm so excited, I can't wait, or they think, oh, my gosh, the stress associated with gift giving and decorating and commitments and, just having to travel or whatever it is. You either are excited about it or maybe dreading it. So I thought, why not make a list of 20 things on how to make Christmas more joyful, more peaceful, less stressful. And so I sat here this morning, and it was easy to come up, with the first 4 or 5. And I just kept going until I made it to 20. So it was interesting that my, 20th one was make a decision that you will have peace and remember the reason for the season. But some of them were like, number one was easy, money. Set a budget so you don't get stressed out over, how much money you've got to spend, or the gift of, is it going to be enough, that kind of thing. Peace was number two. Give the gift of peace to others just by being happy and being in a good mood. Number three was go to Christmas events like church Christmas programs, a play, something that's going to put a smile on your face that you could do with family, you could do with friends. The big one for me is number four. I put on here, listen to Christmas music. I absolutely love Christmas music, and so I put it on in my house. I put it on in my bathroom while I'm getting ready. I put it on in my car, and I start this. Sometimes I start in like September because I love it. And number five, I put shorten your gift list. And so is this something that you could say, hey, everybody, let's don't give everybody a gift this year. Let's draw names. Or just say, hey, instead of giving to each other this year, why don't we give to someone in need? And just making decisions that are going to be less stressful. Don't overcommit. I know one time for Kirby and I, we were kind of at a not so great place in our life, and we were not financially well off. And we just said, hey, we can't really afford to give each other presents, so let's write a letter to each other. And so we did that one year, and it was really, really special. And then we did another one where we gave each other a journal, and we put our favorite scriptures in it and just talked about what that scripture meant to us, meant to me about him. And it was a journal, and we read them aloud, with our kids sitting there, and it was just so, so special. So I really do have 20 on here. Volunteer, donate, tell everyone to bring a dish to Christmas, dinner so you don't have to cook so much. Send a Christmas message, like in Messenger or text, instead of writing Christmas cards. Call an old friend, write a gratitude list. Look at old movies of your family, just reminiscing on past Christmases. Watch Christmas movies together. Schedule lunch with a friend. Make an event of decorating. Invite your family over, cook dinner. Make an event to decorate the tree. Number 19, I said, listen to the wake-up call every day so we can start our day off positive. But anyway, Patty, that was my take on this, so I'll give it to you for your feedback.
Well, that was a great word. I'm glad these calls are recorded at the wake-up call because you gave us lots of good ideas. And it's kind of always interesting how these subjects just fit for life, when you're looking for something, because that's really, like the last couple of days, I spent some time just, reflecting too, how to make it simpler and what are some fun games, we could do. I came up, like gifts, like the thankful jars, that you could have put something to be thankful for, in this jar every day. And but then one of the things I found too that I thought was really cool, it said to sit around the table, like your table, and just let everybody, like oldest, youngest, or youngest, oldest, however, pick the person and go through the table and let everybody say, what they appreciate and love about that person. And I thought how good that would make everybody feel too. So it's just, to be able to think like this. And I think, like you said, the 20, to come up with 20 things, like even when you're doing a business or trying to figure out why, or your bucket list, some people it's real easy to pick out the first 5 things they want to do, but getting to 20, sometimes that's really difficult. So I think it's a great way to start and a really, really great message. So I'll throw it back to you for any final words, Cindy.
When you think about your life just in general, and if you're, self-employed, if you're, in your own business, or maybe you're in a job that you don't like, or maybe you're frustrated and you got to go, okay, let me remember why I did this. Let me remember why I'm doing this business and what I hope it does for me, why I did it in the first place, why I joined, why I started this, and make that list of 20. Because he is so right. It's so easy to make that 4 or 5 list, just 4 or 5 things. But to go to 20, you really do have to think outside the box. You really do have to stretch your mind and go, okay, surely there's more. And then when you really start thinking about when you get to 20, then you're either going to quit your job, get out of your business, or go back to work. And that's just kind of the way it is, because it's going to make you really think about why you're doing something and why it's not, working out, or why you're unhappy, or why you are happy with it. So I think it's just a really great exercise, and I absolutely loved it. I think that every couple should do that on their anniversary, especially milestone anniversaries, 5, 10, 20, 25. I mean, we just had our 40th this year, last February. And it's like thinking about, I should have had to come up with 40 reasons. I think maybe I'll put that on Kirby. For our 41st, we have to come up with 41 reasons why we're together, what we think about the other one. But gosh, if you can't come up with 20 reasons why you love your spouse, why you want to be married to your spouse, then you're going to have to do some new thinking and try some new things to make sure that you can at least come up with 20 reasons why you married your spouse and why you're happy. So he says his challenge, next time you have to solve a problem or think of a better way to accomplish something, sit down with a pen and paper and make a list of 20 options. Don't stop at 17. Push yourself to 20. The intense focus will open up your mind and force you to think of things you normally wouldn't have considered. It won't be easy, but you might just have fun in the process. Is there anything going on in your life right now where you can apply the strategy outlined in this lesson? If the answer is yes, grab a pad of paper and a pen and get started. And the final thing he says is to be creative, go where you have never been. Expand your mind to new ideas, opportunities, and a fresh way of thinking. Only then will you discover a new world of possibilities. So with that, I'll say goodbye to everyone. Patty, you can open up the lines, and we'll say good morning.
Great job, everyone.
Good morning. Thank you. This is Jen.